people.
That can't be the intro. That can't be it. It's not. Because then they're thinking I did say something.
I know, but it's funny because it's the first cut. Welcome to the Deep Freeze. Grant Gilbo, James Riley Fisher, Big Luke's Hot Dog Stand. This show's about to get interesting. We're a little bit more serious this week than last, so keep it together. We are nobodies at the moment, and we are trying to start a podcast. It's going to be hard. So we're going to be coming out with merch as well. They're alive. They're alive. Actually, I was not made aware of that until now.
Yeah. T-shirts are available. The link is in the description below.
And if you do have any questions for us, message us on Instagram at DudeLifeTV. Or drop a comment.
Did you order me this one?
See, this is what we were talking about. Stop interrupting me. I'm in the middle of plugging here.
Yeah.
We're finding a way to make this a little bit more palatable for audiences. We want to include you guys as well, because it is a little bit better that way. I want to answer your questions. If you guys want to stay anonymous, just put that in there that you want to stay anonymous.
If there's something you don't like about the podcast, we're welcome to hear it. We need the criticism. I want everyone to feel included and just everyone have a good time. Be confident. Be courageous, man.
You talking to yourself?
It's coming from somewhere, dude. Hey, you're watching the Deep Freeze. I really don't want to do this intro, so we're just gonna get into it. You ever? You ever just like scratch your butt and like you?
Not since I was like 12.
I think I still do it. Is that weird?
Are you just checking to see if like maybe you just did a bad job of wiping or something, or what's going on there?
I'm just curious. It's like if I scratch any region I scratch.
Well, I got that bidet now. I don't really have an itchy butt. You know what though?
I need to get one. I have not got one yet.
You need even the shitty ones are better than just toilet paper.
Yeah. And
I keep trying to tell people that, and they don't listen. But a bidet is the way to go. And during this toilet paper crisis that we were having,
yeah, fuck.
It was literally the answer. The answer is not to try to get toilet paper before other people do.
Unless you're in California, because then you had not only the water shortage, but then everyone with the toilet paper. It's like you're fucked on both ends there, and your house is on fire at the end of that. Yeah,
it's not worth it to live there. You know, it's an expensive spot.
It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I've been there. It's very nice. The weather,
I'm sure.
Great.
I'm sure.
It's cool to vacation maybe once or twice, just to experience, just to go there.
I want to go to the Redwoods.
Yes.
I don't really necessarily want to go to L.A. San Francisco would be cool.
It's worth it once, only if you're with the group and they're doing all the work. Like I went with my church, like to like 4 corners of the United States. I went everywhere, and so I got to go there, but it was all guided, so I didn't have to worry about where to go or worry about getting running out of gas. It was all. But anyway, Redwoods, biggest tree in the world, basically.
Yeah, I want to see that.
And is it so hard to believe that we're home to the world's biggest, tree critter? Bigfoot. I believe in Bigfoot. I
don't believe in him. But I want to.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. Like
I want to believe in him.
Like, what's so hard to believe? Like the biggest tree. Those things. Cars can drive through those trees.
But we know the tree's there.
Yeah. But they're just that good at hide and seek.
They're real good at hide and seek, you think?
Mm-hmm.
You think maybe they're cave dwellers, and that's why we don't see them? They hide in just caves?
Well, probably nowadays, but they frolic in the woods. Maybe not the redwoods anymore because we drove them out, because we chopped down. I mean, dude, the whole United States used to be a redwood forest. Yeah, look it up. Look at the
look this up.
The redwood, like original span of the redwood forest. While he's pulling this up, I've been to Acadia National Park up in Maine. I've been all the way down in the Keys of Florida. Been north and south of California. All the states in between. I really need to go up north and up to Washington, and would love to visit Canada and Alaska too.
Okay.
Maybe I'm full of fucking shit, dude.
You are, but
Yep.
it is not the
I'm
whole
full of
United
shit.
States, but that is still way bigger.
That's California, bro. That's just
Pretty
showing
much.
what it is.
Yeah. You know what? Now it makes me not believe
Or is
Bigfoot
the red just the
anymore.
redwood? I knew I didn't believe you.
We were on a roll there.
It's okay. Okay, so maybe it was about the same size.
It was big,
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, I'm sure we chopped a bunch of acres.
Oh, they said 35 miles wide. Dude. So imagine. I know there's bigger property out there, but still.
The bigger forests, but
Yeah.
most of them are on like mountains and shit.
625,000 acres.
Okay. Is that left over or the original?
That's what we lost out of it.
Okay.
Let's move on. Like you said, you want to believe in them.
Yeah.
And now that you say it like that, I guess I don't believe in what we believe is Bigfoot. Like, there's got to be. You just blow your fucking mind there. It's like,
What do you believe in, man? Do you believe in?
I believe in God, first off, but a big hairy. I mean, like the way we have talked about and documented Bigfoot, I think it could be wrong. Maybe there is some big ass creature. Like the last podcast we were talking about the ocean.
Yeah.
Like,
What's in that?
yeah, like we're talking about the blue
A lot of
whale.
stuff in there. Yeah. I think we have a lot of crazy North American predators
Yeah.
that we don't consider mythological anymore because we've just figured out what they are.
They say Kansas, down in Wichita, they got like a pterodactyl in the Flint Hills, apparently.
That is a lie. That is a lie.
I've seen it.
No.
Yeah, it has wings.
Look it up. Luke.
Look up.
Pterodactyl.
What's
Wichita.
There it is.
Go to all.
There it is. You ever play Far Cry, Grant?
Go back to all, not images. Yeah.
I
played
fucking
Far Cry games.
I love map making. Me and Zach, when he was living with me, we'd play so much map editor. He would build a map.
The
I'd
first
play
couple
on
of
it.
Far
and
Cry
then-
were way different than the new ones.
Yeah, that's.
Like Far
I
Cry
haven't played
3,
the new ones.
Far Cry 3 kind of changed the game for Far Cry.
It started to,
And it was really good. I liked the game.
Mm-hmm.
But it completely changed like the gameplay and took out the multiplayer aspect where you can create maps, which was great.
Did they take out Map Creator in 3?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I thought that's what the game we were playing Map Creator on.
Maybe I just never played it.
I don't remember.
I thought I played it on 2 though.
It's on 2 for sure. Because I
definitely
remember
on 2.
building like swamp maps and it's just so immersive almost.
It
It's
is.
like playing Halo, but instead of being all sci-fi, it's.
When you get to create it. One of the coolest things about like
I love sandbox.
Yeah,
games.
sandbox games are cool because you get to create a map, and then you and your buddies get together and you play on the map, and you're like, I made this map,
Made this map.
and then you usually murk on everybody
Yeah.
because you made the map.
You put all the little hidden
Yeah,
Easter eggs
you-
in there.
You know where the sniper spots are. 'cause
Rocket
you're like,
launcher,
this is
the-
a good sniper spot.
the fucking hang glider, dude. Halo Reach.
Oh,
I built
bring
at
back
least
old Halo.
a couple hundred maps. Easy.
I think why I stopped playing Halo is because they took away co-op. There's online multiplayer.
they like co-op campaign.
Yeah, well, like you can't hook another controller up and play each other anymore.
Oh, like
Like, what happened to co-op games?
like
Remember
same
when-
console with your buddy. Yeah,
Like, you come over to my house, hook up your
Split
controller.
screen.
Yeah.
Call of Duty started going away with that too.
Why?
What? Switch screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
What's the deal?
That's iconic. Like,
Remember Halo?
feature.
I'm
This
pretty
has
sure
been
Halo
like-
Reach. No, Halo. You could do it in Halo Reach.
You could do it in Reach.
but I don't
like,
know if you could do multiplayer.
On these newer gen consoles, a lot of these games, you can't split screen. It's weird.
Yeah,
it's
like
so weird.
the bigger games too, the bigger titles for
Yeah.
the console only.
Well,
like
And here's my personal opinion. I think it's healthy to have your friends over to play with you,
Yeah.
right? Because I hate wearing a headset talking to my friends through that.
Or at least bring your own console over and set up another TV and
LAN
party, hook up on their mom's Wi-Fi, something.
Yeah, but why have to have 2 consoles?
Yeah,
You know?
if you didn't have the opportunity to do what you were asking, so it gives you more trouble to do what should already be allowed.
Yeah.
Like me and Hayden, we'd play so many video games together down in his basement. We all did.
Yeah.
But you and me and Crash Bandicoot,
Yeah.
dude. And we
That
just
was
take
in my
turns.
house, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't split screen or 2-player, but I mean, even then, playing a game with somebody, like we played Outlast with like 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, nothing beats that. Nothing beats like a good like video game party.
Yeah, just sitting down playing a good game, you know.
That's something I think I'll do that closer to Halloween, because I think I'll have a bunch of people over and play like a horror game, and
Do
just
it.
we take turns.
Dude, let me
because-
film it. I'll bring
Yeah.
over the podcast
Fuck
shit.
yeah.
And
Cool,
it.
because like it's just so fun.
What game you thinking?
I mean, I have Outlast 2. I have a few horror games, so I just don't play them by myself because it's kind of weird. Like, like to play a horror game by yourself, you're getting scared for nothing.
Yeah, I used to play Amnesia by myself, but that's because, you know, I grew up watching PewDiePie and he played it, so I was like, I'm cool, I'm like PewDiePie.
Yeah, and they're also kind of boring by yourself.
And they can be, but Amnesia was in itself a good-ass game just to begin with. But all other horror games, they're just... Except the new ones that come out, obviously. Those ones are cool.
I tried playing Amnesia. I suck at Amnesia.
It's complicated, dude. It's a real puzzle game, and half of the levels I only got through because I watched a playthrough.
It's
prior,
pressure
so.
and timing.
Yeah.
It's like straight up, you're
And then-
gonna get slaughtered by a monster if you
Yeah.
don't figure this out in 20 seconds.
Yeah, and then you got to go back and reset, and if you don't reset long enough, and you fuck up the loop, and dude, it's stressful.
It is.
Like this fucking game
This
here.
guy, he's playing Roblox. Oh shit!
He's-
Not again,
He's getting fired so quick.
dude.
You better invest in the pension or buy stock. Yesterday I was in here, you know, rearranging, cleaning up, and after I'm done, you know, I'm sitting here like, fuck, Luke put in here somewhere. and
Where is it?
And so I was like, I swear to God, he put it in this cabinet. So I look in the cabinet, I look through that fucking shit. I'm like, there ain't nothing here. I'm looking for a tiny piece of paper or a tiny piece of foil. I don't remember what it looked like. I just, so after the workout, I come here and like, Luke, do you know what it is? I can't find it. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, did you check? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, because I have no fucking clue where it's at.
It's probably for the better.
It probably is.
Because sometimes you're like, oh, let me just take this, and then you're like, oh yeah, I'm in this for 12 hours now.
Yeah.
Pretty much until I go to bed.
Yeah, and I can't, no.
Yeah. It's a long-lasting one.
We don't have that much time with our
No.
lives anymore.
No, it's tough.
I do want to put that in the video, like, if you have ever tried, not saying we have, but...
You have to schedule out a whole day.
Yeah, we don't have time like that anymore. And if you're an adult about our age and you have 12 hours just to piss off, tell me how, because I need some more time. I spend this year alone editing videos. I've spent 500 hours on my software, which is like equivalent to 21 to 30 days.
Yeah.
Like almost a whole month of just this year editing video.
Wow.
Now maybe I could have sped up the process, but I'm still learning.
Yeah.
I got to get somewhere, and I don't know if I suck or I don't know if they're good videos. We'll see when people start watching them. But
we've gotten some compliments over the editing style.
yeah, we have actually.
On the phone, actually, Dylan was just like, I love the editing style. Yeah. So he'll be here eventually.
And the editing style, I really just take from other, I mean, YouTube, what it is, it's just recycled content in a different light, in a different way.
Yeah.
And so everyone works off of everybody in a way. Everyone's not quote unquote stealing, but everyone's influenced off each other.
Yeah.
That word's big.
That was the whole reason we were like, let's do a podcast, because it was already a thing.
Yeah.
You know?
And I was like, well, we got shit to talk about. Why not record it. We got a space to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always wanted to do it. What were we talking about right before that?
Oh, yeah, you got to schedule if you're going to
Yeah.
take one. It has to be
Yeah.
scheduled. You can't just like, oh, it's Tuesday.
Let's
Let's just get a little high before work. No.
I mean, there are people that do that.
Some people do it, but they're not good at work. They're
They-
like,
they are buzzheads, and they're just
Yeah.
kind
they get to work and they're so disorganized and they're all over the place. They're giggly, laughy.
Have you noticed
I
that?
have a few people that come in, not to my location, but I've worked at other locations where people have come in just tripping. And they'll tell me, and I'm just like, well,
Tripping
what are you
balls
doing
right now,
here
bro.
if you're tripping? Because, like, this is a job. You can't,
Oh, like
be efficient.
like employees?
Yes.
Oh,
And it's not even just at this. I've had other jobs, too, where people
That
have
is true.
trips.
Yeah.
I worked at Genesis. There was this guy, he sold memberships. Once again, not saying his name. But
Would he?
he would take, like, a whole strip. This guy was on another level with LSD. He had, like, a tolerance for it. Okay, we'll edit that out. Yeah.
It doesn't come across that we're actually on drugs,
That's fine.
but we're like,
Well,
we're
I
definitely
kinda-
on drugs.
I kind of knew going into it. I was like,
It's
I'm
like,
going to
dude,
talk about it. The fact that I'm on a different
Why
planet.
hide? It's on a camera that you can't come to
It's
my house.
entertainment.
Yeah, and it's for entertainment purposes only. Everything I could be saying right now could be a fucking lie.
Yeah.
But the good part about it is it's not.
Yeah.
I really enjoy the jazz.
The jazz helps.
It's interesting,
Can you hear it in the video at all?
just enough
Just
to make
enough?
it good.
Huh,
Yeah,
that's
because these
good.
microphones, they're pretty good mics, but they're ribbon microphones.
Yeah.
So they're omnipresent, so they pick up the front and the back.
Ah.
So that's why our audio now sounds a little more roomy. It doesn't sound as
Segmented. Like just select.
it doesn't sound as it's different.
Yeah.
But
It's more
this
full.
time I think it's going to be a little better.
The Dudesons. Oh, I forgot about them. That's Swedish jackass.
Yeah,
Or Norwegian.
Are they in the next one?
I
Are
have,
they?
I have no clue.
I don't
Dude, I
think-
cannot wait until Jackass 4, though.
They postponed the date, but it's still going to be good.
Maybe they're bringing Bam back. Maybe Bam cleaned up.
Oh no,
Had a
Bam's
tough life.
fucked. He already fucked his position. We can talk about that too.
Okay, cool.
But,
What happens?
they offered him money, to be a part of the movie, like any actor would
Yeah.
be, and they said you got to clean up, and he says, "Well, I need these drugs to function, prescription or non. I don't know."
And he was melting down pretty hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's not as hard now. He's definitely realized he needed to kind of clean it up a bit.
Yeah, but he's already pissed everyone off and made a big scene and drama all about it. So
Yeah.
it's like, I know we're late to the party. Like, all this shit's been talked about on other podcasts weeks ago, but oh well. I've started watching another podcast too, Tiny Meat Gang.
Tiny Meat Gang?
Yeah,
I don't know them.
they're pretty interesting people, and one of their guys was actually on Steve-O's podcast the other day. So
Okay.
that's because I've known of Tiny Meat Gang, but I haven't actually watched their stuff. They're also musicians. I think they do comedy rap. I'm not sure.
Okay.
And they got about 1.12 million subscribers on YouTube, and
That's pretty good.
they started 3 years ago in their kitchen holding 2 microphones with a shitty camera, and now they're here. So
Nice.
hopefully that can be us in maybe a little less than 3 years.
We
but
skipped the kitchen, so
yeah, we went. That is true. They have told me they're impressed. They're like, dude, you got the whole setup and everything. I'm like, dude, I don't even have half the setup. You kidding me?
we have what we need. at the
I'm
moment.
thankful. Yeah, I'm overly thankful for the opportunities I've been given.
Yeah.
Like, it's stupid.
We have the opportunity to skip the kitchen.
That needs to be a shirt. Or do tough guys still wear pink?
I don't care.
Well-
I'll wear what I want. I'm
Yeah.
wearing tights right now. Now you guys can only see my baggy Black Sabbath shirt,
Yeah.
but we just got done with a full body workout here.
Yeah, I'm not even wearing pants right now.
Oh, you ever blow on a cat, like a cat's face, while they're sitting on your lap, and they're just like, it's like, what the fuck? It's the funniest shit ever. Or like when your dog's like coming up to give you a kiss, you just blow in his nose.
Yeah, and he sneezed.
Can't wait till PETA hears this. And they're like, oh my God, you're abusing them.
Have you
You're
ever-
blowing in their face.
You're blowing in there.
I can't believe it. The dog is going to die of scoliosis if
Hey.
you keep blowing in its nose.
It's better when we used to throw Hayden's dog up in the ceiling fan.
Yeah, we used to throw the dog up into the ceiling fan.
never happened.
Thing loved it, really.
Never happened.
The dog loved the ceiling fan. It full speed, just throw it up there, you just go, and then it just come back down. No, we never did that, guys. As a joke.
Small dogs, they little yappers, dude. Roman, he's got his stepmom has a little fucking yapper. It's this big. It doesn't do anything. It just sits there and poops and yeah. And the thing you pick it up, it's like, you pick up a cat. It fucking stretches.
Yeah.
That dog is just like a piece of bread,
Yeah, it just stays.
like a burnt piece of loaf. Just
Man. What's the deal with small dogs? What are they engineered for?
I don't know, man.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Interstellar.
Yeah, Interstellar. It's like you're seeing what it is, but what isn't and what was at the same time.
Yeah. We were just going to talk about Bam Margera, and then for some reason I started thinking about Tesseracts and
I mean,
Mobius strips, and Mobius strips also 4-dimensional.
is it?
Yep.
That's on. I saw that episode of Futurama the other day when they
I believe so.
rode the
Might
Mobius
be.
strip.
It may not be.
Well, yeah, the start and the finish line are the same.
Yeah.
But same with NASCAR though. Is that a Mobius strip?
No, because that's just a circle. It's flat. It's 2-dimensional. There's no height or width. With a Mobius strip, there's height and width.
The fifth dimension is depicted in a fourth-dimensional tesseract, visualized in a third-dimensional perspective, shown in a two-dimensional screen, and emphasized how one concept transcends them all. Love.
I need to watch Interstellar.
Love is the fifth dimension. I figured it out. Love.
Love?
And then hate is the sixth dimension. The seventh dimension's ramen noodles.
Yeah.
Don't fucking argue with me on that one.
Is the 9th dimension where Satan is?
That's where Dave Grohl lives.
That is true.
I mean, Dave Grohl he's such a good guy, but he could be he could be a devil or something.
I think he's just doing the best he can,
If
That's
Van
how
Gogh
shots
was
are.
here, he would be so proud.
So Bam.
Bam.
Let's get back to Bam. I grew up with these guys. I pretty much wasn't filtered at all at any point through my childhood. So I saw a lot real young.
Yeah.
Just entertainment purposes.
Porpoises.
And Jackass was one of the first reality shows I was introduced to at a very young age. And it shows a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But
No filter.
the evolution of all of these dudes coming together, creating this masterpiece, really. But
Yeah.
what is it?
Enterprise. Well,
It's what we kind of do. We're just jackasses.
yeah. Dirtbags.
Yeah.
Bunch of
And
Nitro Circus
they made it this
thrill loving.
reality TV show that's very palatable. And I really can't wait till the 4th film.
You like that word, palatable.
Palatable.
You like that.
I do like the word palatable.
Palatable. What does that mean?
Palatable means
Appropriate?
It's edible.
Edible.
basically.
Oh, yeah. Your palate.
Yeah, it means it's easy to consume.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Palatable. Continue.
And
They became more palatable.
so I'm hoping that's what it means.
Yeah.
Anyways,
They say, bam, we're going to drug test you. You can't be doing all this shit while we're trying to film.
because a lot of these guys have pulled through and are sober because they also had problems and they don't want to relapse.
I'm pretty sure all of them have pretty much gotten their shit together.
Yeah.
But Bam, he's to this day, he's still, which I can't sit here and judge a man for nothing.
No.
But he still blames Ryan Dunn's death for his behavior. He still does. He brings it up in the interviews and the speculation with, like, did he try to sober up? Did he refuse? Like, that's what I want to know here.
Well, he has some disorders that he needs medication for.
I mean, he's on Adderall, he's on Xanax, he's on
and a lot of these medications
painkillers,
are a bad mixture.
Yeah.
And when you take them combined, it doesn't do wonderful things for your personality.
No.
Now, and I only say that because I have had friends who love Xanax.
Yeah,
And
I got one.
Literally changes them.
Oh, yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
Completely takes away their will to aspire to do things. And it makes them irrational.
Yeah.
Like completely irrational.
Yeah.
Uh,
It can be a bad thing, but
Yeah.
it can also be like a good thing. I'm not prescribed to them, but
yeah.
I've had a buddy, he gave me like a quarter.
I'm talking
maybe
more
half.
definitely on the abusing side. There are definitely people who are prescribed it and they need it. But
I've tried it. I've only at most I've had like 3/4 one. That's already too much.
yeah.
Like a quarter one, it makes me like. I guess I will say sure. I guess I do have anxiety, but
Yeah, I think we all do to an extent too.
I don't call it that. I don't like leaving the house. I like being comfortable, and so taking that little bit, it's like sure I'll go out on the town. We'll go to Kansas City. We'll go do things that we're not normally doing. Like I'll leave the house, but if we're going to do something that we never really do, it makes me a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I like to have control.
Yeah.
But that's like the second podcast we talked about. People are being comfortable nowadays.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It's something we got to work through because the world's going to keep moving with or without you.
Yeah.
You just got to choose whether or not you want to hop on that train and chug along.
Yeah.
Just don't get caught.
How much do you want
On the
what you
train.
want? And that is a very important question to ask yourself.
And if
And
you're
what
not,
is it?
Yeah.
What is it that you want? Do you want money? Do you want fame? Do you want
Comfortability.
both? Do you want to be comfortable? Because if you want to be comfortable too much, then you start getting anxious because you are too comfortable and you're not doing anything.
I want to be self-sustainable.
Yeah, there you go. That's a better goal.
And free enough to do what I want when I want within rights, within limits,
yeah.
within my limits.
I want most of my struggle to come from aspiring to achieve my own goals.
and get better.
I don't want
How to make it better.
and this is kind of what it is like to be an American. We all want this, and it is a little selfish, but we don't want to just work for some company that means nothing to us for the rest of our life. We want
It's
to
the American dream. We want to prosper.
Yeah, and it's not that we don't want to struggle.
People forgot that.
People forget that
if you
struggle's
do
necessary.
struggle,
Yeah.
you have to struggle to make it, dude. Like you think, I'm trying to become a YouTuber. We all know this now, and
We're
it's
here.
given me, it's shed light on just how much work it takes to do it. Like at first it's
Yeah.
gonna be hard. It might get easier, but it's still a lot of work.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about earlier, 500 hours on that software, and that's not even including Photoshop, uploading and downloading and fucking
reloading and
reloading,
deloading,
and rewatching and unwatching,
loading.
and a lot of loading, man. And it's just, if I don't put in the work now, then I'll have to put in the work later.
Yeah.
And I want to be doing stuff later. I'm gonna get old. I'm gonna get tired. Like people, they say I work too much. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Well,
I'm working my ass off so this can become something. Why do you go to your job every day, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday? That's 40 hours a week.
Mhm.
And that makes their company run. Employee at 40 hours.
Yeah.
Well, me being pretty much the only employee in this company,
Mm-hmm.
doing all the work, physical work, computer work and shit.
Yeah.
I can't put on another 40 hours.
No.
Like-
And that's kind of what I'm getting to.
Like this ain't ever gonna work unless we have the force and the drive of the 40
Yes.
hours, but just distributed through a crew.
And it is tough because we all already have jobs.
Mhm.
And that's
But if you
Something
find your
I'm getting
people,
to.
hold on to them.
so with jobs, right? We all go to work somewhere, and most of us hate our jobs. I wouldn't include myself 100% in that category.
I love hate.
But
my
to
job.
be completely honest, the company that I work for is not my company.
Yeah.
And it's okay to say that. It is not my company. I would like to have a company someday,
Yeah.
again, But this one is not mine. So when I get there are some days where I'm like, I don't want to do a fucking thing here.
Yeah.
Because
there's no...
What do I get from this? $15 an hour?
It's like paying rent for an apartment. It's not going toward anything.
Right.
You know?
And
I get that.
So, and this challenges our philosophy here. So are we going to continue to work to grow by realizing that this is not it?
Mm-hmm.
Or are we going to keep going to that job that doesn't really mean much to us?
Yeah.
Now, in the meantime, we have to go to that job.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to try and climb inside of that job because I am in a company where I would like to climb.
And there's room for climbing,
and
especially being so new in the area.
Yeah. They're literally asking certain employees, what position do you want in this company?
There you go.
And not me yet because I haven't figured it out, and probably shows. But yeah, like, what do I want to do in this company? What could I do?
Yeah.
And that's a question I've been asking myself for the past week or so.
See, it's a little different with my job because, I'm getting paid hourly, but the thing is, there's only 3-4 of us.
Yeah.
It's a small company, and so my boss is always saying the company's money is your money too. So if you want to make more money, you got to work harder. You got to show up on time. You got to use your head,
Mm-hmm.
figure out how to better the company, build the company, because he's just one man doing thousands and thousands of dollars of work.
Yeah.
We're almost to $500,000 this year.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
And most of that goes into the parts.
Yeah.
That's the other thing people don't realize about manual labor.
Material cost.
Material cost is like over 50%.
And especially right now in this market.
Yeah,
dude,
it's terrible.
Concrete right now is getting scarce apparently in the area. I'm like, dude, don't even tell me that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out of business. No, yeah, we can do landscaping,
Well,
but
we may or may not be in the midst of an economic collapse.
may or may not.
And the only reason I'm saying it like that,
effect.
and it's so looming and dooming, is because it kind of is. Supposedly the unemployment rate is lowered again,
Yeah.
but we have a bunch of jobs with openings that aren't being filled.
Yeah.
So
See, I
is
guess
it really?
It makes me feel better that there is jobs out there. First off, if you can't find a job, you ain't looking hard enough. Like if my job fails and we run out of business, there's always something else. But what I'd really like to happen is my job ends up paying for my hobby, which ends up being my career. That's why I want to go more into the internet and digital mainstream type of business and the online presence, because that's the future now.
Yeah,
and
it is.
It sucks to say, and we're on my end in my lifetime, but if I can have a good time and change some people's lives with it, then sure. And maybe if I can get an ATV along the way, that'd be cool.
And I hope to God that our economy gets better.
Trump 2024.
It doesn't look better at the moment. It doesn't look good. I hope it gets better because I do want to start a business in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
I want to fully start a business in the next 10 years.
What kind of business?
Smoke lounge.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that the other day.
Smoke lounge for sure.
Hey, we could hold a podcast in the lounge.
Yeah, definitely.
We could have a whole channel for it, and you could do like smoke reviews, weed reviews.
Yeah,
fucking a lot of, because weed channels, they're huge.
Yeah,
people love watching people smoke weed. I don't know why.
I could do it for this channel if we wanted to.
I want to be 100% just uncensored, uncensored, open about everything. I don't want to, because YouTube will let you post videos on there, whatever you want, as long as it's like no child endangerment, no violence, no really bad shit.
Yeah.
But if you're literally just talking and
no racism,
it's potty humor, no racism, no none of that, then sure, it's fine. But like, I'd love to just like, I'm smoking weed. Who gives a fuck? Everybody I know smokes weed. It doesn't make you a bad person.
Well, it circles back to kind of what I was saying about we need to ask ourselves these deeper questions of what are we going to this particular job from? Like, what am I getting from this particular job? What skills am I getting? What people am I meeting? Am I meeting people who are beneficial?
Yeah.
Like, to my future?
If you're not bettering yourself, you're worsening yourself.
And then another thing
Always.
is, am I happy here? Could I make a career out of this?
Yeah.
So if you're sitting in the middle of a Hawaiian Bros or a McDonald's, no is the answer. You're not going to be happy there. Even if you climb up in the management, everybody there hates their life.
Yeah.
Get out of fast food, because first off, fuck fast food. Second off, find a job where you are doing something that you like doing and that you feel like you can succeed in it.
Or at least
Because if you
pay
don't,
for what you want to do.
Yeah, and chase your dreams too, and figure out if that dream's even like realistic.
Sure.
There's a lot of things that people want to do.
Yeah, that
Like,
is true. Some
I wanna
people
be a
are just
famous
born
actor.
to work.
Well, are you a good actor? And
That is true. Because maybe I'm going insane. Maybe I'm putting too much work into this, and it's not even gonna fucking pull off.
no, not necessarily. But that's the thought that gets in your head, and that's what's gonna derail you.
I literally think I'm going insane sometimes because I'm like, I'm not kidding you. I put so much fucking work and mental stress into this,
Yeah.
but I don't let it ruin it for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just,
Well, that's because you're creating art.
it's
man.
just when am I gonna? It's either I need help, I need an extra hand,
Mhm.
like AJ, or
Yeah, I would help you more if I lived close to you.
that. Yeah, like
But I live over 30 minutes away.
well, and that's the
and-
thing. In a year or two, if we keep doing this and it grows, then
Mhm.
eventually I'm gonna be able to buy a house within next year.
Hmm.
If your fucking lease runs out, I got an extra room. Boom. Now we're living together.
Yeah.
And we could do shit every day. You could record your music every
Mhm.
day because you know for sure I'm building a nice ass fucking studio. in
Music
there.
for me right now has been hard to focus on.
Me
because
too.
I don't have any room for
It's
it.
got to be on the back burner because
Yeah.
until I have the time, mentally and physically,
Mhm.
to sit down and write out and record an album,
Yeah.
because I want to do it right the first time. You know,
One thing.
go for it.
This last year, I had been getting in touch with a lot of bar owners trying to book a fucking show. And they asked me like, well, do you have I don't even know what it was. It was like an online resume thing. And I'm like, well, I got a YouTube channel.
EPK, is that
Here's
what you said?
An EPK? Yeah, EPK is what it is.
It's like-
Stands for...
Basically, do you have a fucking...
Do you have a
Resume.
Yeah. Do you have
Musical
a musician
resume.
resume? And I'm like, okay, no, but I have a YouTube channel. Here you go. I've been ignored by so many dudes.
Yeah.
And in the meanwhile, I was strumming away. I was practicing my shit. I was getting it
Don't
down.
let it stop you, no.
And it defeated me there for a little bit because no one wanted it. And I'm like asking at the same time, I'm like, is my music bad? Because if so,
Start going insane like I
like,
did.
tell
Yeah.
me. Like,
Yeah.
tell me if my music's bad.
Yeah. Like, tell me if this podcast is a bad idea. Tell me if I'm putting too much fucking work into it.
But I
Like-
don't want that. I want the criticism. I don't
Yeah.
want you to tell me to stop. I
Yeah.
want you to tell me what's going on, what's wrong.
What
with
can I
it.
do better?
Yeah.
How can I...
And so far, I've only got people, like the only people responding to my music, other than my mom, who is like, yeah, you got some negative lyrics. I'm like, yeah, it's negative music. It's
No
blues.
mom's going to like what you do until you
Yeah,
start
yeah.
making
Other
money
than
doing
that,
it.
I've got nothing but standing ovations. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that's great. That's cool. But what could I work on?
Yeah.
Like, what can I do to make this better?
Yeah.
And I think maybe one or two people ever have given me criticism
Damn.
over my music.
Yeah.
And they weren't even musicians.
And see, that's the worst because
Yeah.
my...
Because
I-
it's bad advice because it comes from somewhere where they're thinking right? They're like, but they just don't know how to communicate it to a musician.
Mm-hmm.
So like someone can say like, oh, you're a little repetitive. And I'm like, well, that's music. So
Yeah.
how? I'm not trying to say you're wrong. Maybe I am repetitive too much in a certain area on a certain song, but like you gotta specify. Like, is
Yeah.
it the bridge? Is it the chorus? Is it the
Yeah. Like my
should
buddy...
I add a solo? You
Yeah.
know, like it's hard to when you're playing by yourself. But
Yeah, my coworker I work with, I've been working with him for almost 2 years now, and one thing I have figured out is just how, Like, I know people are different.
Mm-hmm.
That's just something you assume, but I didn't realize how different people could be.
Yeah, they can
Like,
be really different.
We are extremely different, but we get along fine.
Yeah.
And we're learning things about each other. Like, he's into, a lot of trucks and cars and, that kind of stuff. And then and the loud vehicles and me, I'm just like, oh, that's so stupid. Why would you spend your money on it? And it's like, it's just
fun.
And then he asks the same thing to me. It's like, well, why do you spend money on the shit you do? It's like, I guess you got me.
Yeah,
because he might spend $1,500 on a lift kit for his truck, but in total, I've spent $1,500 on just shit for these rooms in the last year. Mm-hmm. That's not even including the equipment.
Yeah.
So now maybe the difference here is mine holds value, his won't, but that's not what I'm getting at here. It's just people are so different. And also back to the music.
Well, it's like value to who, though?
Yeah.
Value to him is different than value to others.
Yeah, and what I was really going for with the story is our tastes in music.
Yeah.
Like, he'll listen, hard rock and just about anything, but when it comes to pop and alternative, he's like, hell no. Mm-hmm. But he mainly only listens to country, and I'm like country you and I never even heard before.
Exactly.
So I show him music, or music comes on the radio. I'm like, dude, this is a classic. This is a banger. And he's like, oh, dude, this is awful. I'm like, how? But see, I listen to music not only for the lyrics, but for the music, the feel, everything. As a musician, like, I'm in every genre. I've got to be well-rounded in every subject.
Also, just to add, I've heard certain songs.
I'm bleeding.
At certain times and hated them, and then heard them later and been like, this is a fucking killer song. And they'll be like, I showed you a week ago. I'm like, well, I'm in a different headspace now.
That happened with us. We were at work. He put on a song, and I was like, it's good, but I just don't like how his voice sounds. A week later, I'm on YouTube. I find this country artist, a solo artist, and he plays a song, and I'm listening to it, and I'm drunk and just vibing and start crying, and I send it to him. He's like, dude, this is the same fucking artist that you hated. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's even the same exact song.
Same fucking song.
Yeah. That happens to me. That happens to me all the time.
Especially, being a metalhead, and then also
especially being
loving every other genre.
Especially being Hayden's friend, because he listens to everything. So sometimes he'll show me something. And
sorry, Hayden, if you watch this, but that is true. You listen to so much different type of fucking music.
Yeah, this is a compliment. If
it's
anything.
Good. Yeah. He's a fucking music encyclopedia.
Yeah, it's insane. I always thought I was, and then he took that and then just expanded upon it. Like, he grew an entire music encyclopedia universe.
Comment how many liked songs you have on your Spotify. I want to know. But every day when I'm on Spotify and you see your friends list, it's always something else. Like right now, let's see. He's listening to Where'd All the Time Go by Dr. Dog. Like, who the fuck?
You can see what he's of course he's on Spotify right now. He's always on
he's always on Spotify.
Yeah. So yeah.
Again, not talking shit, dude. It's
we're literally saying, like, this is an example. Like, this is one of those types of people that'll show you something once, you'll hate it. And then a week later, he'll show you the same song, and you'll be like, this one kicks.
We were down at the river, and he put on some Jack White, and he was like, dude, Jack White's the fucking best. And I got all fucking picky and pissed off. I'm like, he's not the best. There's other people out there. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, James. He's just complimenting the music.
Yeah.
And then I listened to Jack White and the Arctic Monkeys, that indie type of music, and I fucking love it. I'm like,
now, all things aside, there's one artist me and Hayden will never agree upon. And if he's watching this, he knows what I'm about to say.
Who is it?
Primus.
I can see that. I don't listen to him on purpose.
He's the guy who wrote the South Park theme. If anybody else is curious, that weird odd
ding,
vibe,
ding, 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 ding.
that's his music kind of. He's a bassist and a vocalist, so he does some weird avant-garde stuff. And he's talented. Primus is very, but I can't listen to it.
Yeah.
To me, it's not palatable.
And same with this is another one he'll hate me for saying, but A Perfect Circle. There's
I love A Perfect. I love
them too.
Way here,
but I gotta be in the mood to listen to A Perfect Circle. There's no other mood to be in.
That's
kind of like 311. That's another one they'll call me out for. They're good. They're great. I've listened to their albums all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta be. Maybe we were just really
Literally,
stoned.
The last song I was listening to before I pulled up was "Pet" by A Perfect Circle.
Pet.
It's counting bodies like sheep to the rhythm of the war drums. Is a really good one.
I've probably heard. I don't know the names,
dude.
I don't know song names.
If I'm about to work out, that's the song I'm listening to. Rolling up.
Rolling up the street, smoking endos, sipping on gin and juice. Lay back, got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Well, folks, it's been a long awaited.
Let's plug ourselves real quick before we go.
Thing here. So, just real quick, if you want to check us out off the tripod, you can find me at James Fisher. Oops, that ain't it. James Riley Fisher on Instagram. Grant, where are you located at?
I'm at. This is Grant's page. I also got a jiu-jitsu tournament coming up. I know some of actual close friends watch this because who else would at this point in time? So if you guys,
hi Mom,
friends and family, friends mostly, hopefully, are watching this. If you guys want to check out my jiu-jitsu tournament, go to my Facebook or my Instagram, and I will probably post about it coming up here. It's on October 2nd. It's V-Lox Fights in Olathe, Kansas. I'll be bringing no THC to this event because I am competing and I need my head sharp, mind focused, and my body's fucking primed. I'm ready. I'm gonna choke out any white belt that steps in my path.
Man. He's a fucking.
And if I can't choke them out, I'm gonna break their limbs. I'm not gonna break their limbs. Break their limbs. Make them submit and stuff. But
sorry,
no limbs broken.
The caffeine's kicking.
I'm a good sport, I think, so far. But I'm also a white belt, so there'll be better fights in the future, is what I'm saying.
Thanks for watching Dude Life. This has been the Deep Freeze, and we'll see you next week on the tripod.
And thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuna fish. This has been the Porpoise.
The Browns, the shittiest team in the league. The shittiest, filthiest team, full of filthy, shitty people.
No.
And they're fucking terrible athletes. You're going to lose. The Chiefs are bringing it to you.
Freeze.
The Chiefs are bringing it down.
I don't like that.
I don't even watch the game, but fuck the Browns.
Hey, you're
But
watching
fuck the Browns.
Deep Freeze. That's a wrap, boys. Good job.
See you next year. Fuck you.